Welcome back to my Salon's channel. Today I am doing a really fun video. I love doing blondes, and we are working on my little sister here. She has a full head of highlights, and today we are just going to be refreshing, doing a little bit of a partial highlight retouch. So we're going to work on just her roots where it's really super dark. So she is a natural level like 3-4. It's really dark, and we like to get to a nice icy cool blonde. So what I did for her partial, I did a mohawk section from about like the points of her eyebrow, so like the arch of her eyebrow up, and that's where I started that middle mohawk section, and I went all the way back to a little bit past her crown. So like a little bit past where the head starts to curve is where I finished the parting. So I am starting on the back, and I am taking small slices, like probably 1/4 inch slices, and then I'm gonna thinly weave those, so kind of a mix between a regular highlight and a baby light. So some of these sections have a little bit more hair, some of these sections have a little bit of less hair, so that way she has a nice blend with these new like highlights. So to really brighten her up, I am doing back-to-back weave highlights. So you can see there are some hairs that are being left out, so I'm still weaving them, but I am doing back-to-back highlights. I really want to get her really bright, and just make sure that at the top of her head where she parts, so she parts sometimes in the middle, sometimes to the left, sometimes to the right, so she flip-flops her part back and forth. So I want to make sure that any way she parts, she has lots of nice brightness up there. So if you don't want to have as much brightness, and if you don't want to have a lot of coverage with your highlights, then you could do every other section as a highlight. So you could do a highlight, and then the next section would be like just regular hair down, or whatever you want to do it. So for today, I am doing back-to-back highlights, and like I said earlier, these kind of vary between a baby light and a regular highlight, so that just like gives it a little bit of a different look, so they all don't look exactly the same, because that's how you get those crazy 90s stripy highlights, which is not what we're going for today.
I don't want it. Do what I like, I don't like it. My life is a mess, screaming with boredom. I don't feel nothing when I'm buzzing. Someone adds some glamorous hurt, 'cause when I sleep alone for insomnia, they say you have to be beaten up before you're tender enough. They say I don't taste it, obsessing over dress when I split. Shoot me a blink, I'm dying from boredom. I even lie when I tell the truth. Honestly, what's the use? They say you have to be beaten up before you're tender enough. They say you have to bruise to feel. I must be made out of steel. No one is in charge of my steering. This I know, this I know, this I know. Hoping dreams are meant to be shared.
you from across the room. When our eyes met, I never knew that I could feel this way, and it's kinda strange. Don't even know your name. I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you. I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you.
So now I moved on to the front part so that she doesn't have her head like leaned back the whole way. So I'm just standing right in front of her, and I'm gonna start off by taking like a 1/4 inch section from the front, and she has a lot of really thin baby hairs right in the front. So for this, I did end up leaving a tiny little slice in the front without putting highlight or lightener on it. So then I just grab my section, weave that out, and I am applying my lightener just on her roots. So I am not adding any lightener to her lightened hair already, because she is like a level 8-9 already, and we don't want to create damage, we don't want to create breakage. So I am just putting the lightener where she has dark hair and just blending it down slightly where it's a little bit warm. And I didn't mention it earlier, but I am using Ion Brilliance lightener with 20 volume and Olaplex, and I love doing the 20 volume because it lifts nice and slowly and it's not going to create a ton of damage. You know, the healthier the hair, the better, and I always use Olaplex on all of my blonde clients because we have to protect that precious hair.
Want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you. I don't know you.
So now that her mohawk section is completely done, I am gonna work on the hairline around her face. So I am doing really thin baby lights here, and these are two like tiny sections and tiny baby lights. So this is just gonna help brighten around her face, especially when she puts her hair up in a ponytail. And so what I did was I just did 3 back-to-back baby light highlights right on her hairline, and I did that on both sides. And then for whatever reason my camera didn't record when I did her hairline around the back of her head, but I did the same exact thing. So on the left side of the back of her head, I did 3 back-to-back baby light highlights, and on the right side of her head, I did the same thing. So that way, when she does pull her hair up into a ponytail or a bun, that back hairline is nice and bright, and it doesn't look like just black, you know, her dark natural color.
Let me tell you, no, because my eyes are open, your words will keep bouncing away. And even if you're trying to hurt me, my skin's getting thicker each day. I don't know how you fall asleep at night, knowing that your words are hurtful, it's just not right. No, because my eyes are open, your words will keep bouncing.
Once I finished highlighting her hairline around the front and the back, like I said earlier, I did do her like back hairline, but it didn't record for whatever reason. I just let her process for 10 to 20 more minutes until she was nice and bright and everything looked the way I wanted it to look. So then I took her back to the shampoo bowl. I rinsed out her lightener, and I had Olaplex sitting in her hair for about 10 minutes or so. I love Olaplex number 2, so I let that sit. I rinsed that out, and I'm just going to towel dry her hair a little bit, just blot out a lot of the moisture, and I am going to work on her root tap. So I am using 4N and 5NA from Shades EQ as her root tap toner, and I mix that up with gloss to gel, so that way it's not like super runny, and I popped it on her roots, like right where her highlight meets like her scalp, just to blend that line out, because this just like gives it such a beautiful look, and I love how doing a root tap look. So I did that, and I started where I started the highlights in the back of her head here, and then I moved all the way up to her hairline. Then around her face, I really just like slightly tapped it because I did want to keep that nice and bright, but I still want to diffuse that line a bit.
Keep bouncing away. And even if you're trying to hurt me, my skin's getting thicker each day. Don't know how you fall asleep at night, knowing that your words are hurtful, it's just not right. No, because my eyes are open, your words will keep bouncing away like a ricochet. Like a ricochet, like a ricochet, like a ricochet. You were my best friend, didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just think.
For her all over toner, I am using shades EQ 10N, 9P, 9C, and 9NW. And this combination just really brightens her up, ashes her out, but not too much where it looks gray, because we still want to have that nice blonde look. So that I did mix up with processing solution like normal, and I applied that with a color bottle, a color applicator bottle, whatever this is called. So I'm just gonna go in and make sure that I get to this toner all over her head, and I am kind of blending it in with her root tap so that it has a really nice beautiful blend, and it is covered all over. And it also I love doing this because it also refreshes her already blonde ends, and it just looks really nice. So I'm gonna let this process for about 15, I think I left it on for like 15 or 20 minutes, and this is what it looks like as it's processing. So I rinsed out her toner and I did a quick wash, and then I'm gonna do a really relaxing scalp massage with the conditioner. So I left that all in full time in the next clip here, so you guys could kind of relax and enjoy this next section. The sun's going down as I try to make my way through the crowd. So now that her color is completely done and she's relaxed and her hair is just perfect, I am going to go in and give her a nice straight blowout. I wanted to give her curls, but she was over it. She was over being in the chair, so I just gave her a nice straight blowout, and you'll be able to see in the end how the color turned out.
I'll be dreaming about this till the end of time. We are young, we are free, down for the ride. Might be over tomorrow, but we got this day forever. Do you hear that sound? Can you feel the music? Let's get wild. We're magic, you and I. They call us reckless, but we don't mind. We got one summer, so let's make it count. You make me feel like everything's alright. Let's dance our problems away in the night. Love being right next to you. You'll be on my mind. I'll be dreaming about this till the end of time. We are young, we are free, down for the ride. Might be over tomorrow, but we got this day forever. Yeah, we got the summer forever. If it's only for now, I don't mind, 'cause I know that your love is endless. If it's only for now, I don't mind, 'cause I know that your love is endless. It might be over tomorrow, but this day will live on forever. You'll be on my
So this time she didn't need a full haircut, but I did want to dust her ends a bit just to make them look nice and fresh. So I literally took like this smallest amount. Like you can see right here, I'm not taking hardly anything. I just want to like dust. Basically, I'm just dusting her ends, getting rid of any of like super dry little bits. And then I'm going to go in and dust the surface of her hair and make sure that there are no like split ends or anything like that. And it's just like a great finishing touch to just lightly dust that hair. If you guys are interested in learning more about how I like to dust with a color service, then let me know and I will make a separate video about that soon.
one touch, feel skinny.
So this is how her hair turned out, and I absolutely love it. So here she was sitting under the lights in the salon, but I made her stand by the window, and now you can see how buttery and blonde and gorgeous it looks. It looks beautiful. It's like a perfect neutral blonde. I love that toner formula, especially for girls with naturally dark hair going light. It looks beautiful. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. And if you did like it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to be posting way more videos coming up. And yeah, I think that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.